So probiotics are the third P that I make sure I break my fast with every single day. Good morning all, Savitri here. So if you're a coaching client of mine, or if you're someone that I haven't worked with in person, I still thought it would be fun to share how I break my shorter fasts. When I say shorter fasts, I mean fasts that are under 24 hours. So I usually do this somewhere between 12 and 2:30 in the afternoon, depends on the day. But to make sure that I get a good healthy dose of what are called the 3Ps, so probiotics, prebiotics, and polyphenols, these are the 3 bacteria and microbe constituents that really help our guts to thrive, make sure that we're able to access our nutrients, help us to produce hormones, help things get into our body, and keep our inflammation down. So really, really, really important. So I start with a green drink that pretty much hits almost all of the 3Ps, everything but the probiotics are in here. I'm not sponsored in any way, and I'm not trying to promote a product, but I really do love Marcus Greens. Marcus has a company called Wild Force. This is his 3-in-1 Super Pro-C green formula. These are sold on his company website, marcusproducts.com, if you are interested. I think the company is Wild Force, it is. It's got over 50 ingredients, I believe, and a lot of it is dried herbs, superfoods like pine nuts, eleuthero root, sea buckthorn, really rare ingredients. Tons of cruciferous vegetables and herbs, a lot of bitters, things for detoxification, a lot of really rich superfood protein sources, a lot of natural vitamin C sources as well. And everything here is dried at low and slow temperatures, so it really preserves all of the life force energy in the greens. And so I use about 1 to 2 scoops a day. I believe the serving size is 2 scoops, but I like to do, maybe 1 if I'm in my hormone feasting time of my cycle where I have a little bit higher carb intake, and I would do maybe just 1 scoop if I was in a ketobiotic time of my cycle where I'm wanting some lower carbohydrates. For those of you who don't know, ketobiotic hormone feasting is a term that I use with my clients, and it refers to the amounts of macronutrients we're doing. So we just tone down our carbs a little at certain times of our cycle and then ramp them up again at other times in our menstrual cycles to make sure we're getting everything we need for healthy hormone production. So right here, I have a lot of my green prebiotic fibers. So prebiotics, again, are the bacteria and microbes that are feeding the probiotics, you could say, and they're usually found in really good sources of fiber. So a lot of your cruciferous vegetables have them, as well as many others. And that's the base of my green drink. I also throw in some celery on occasion. Actually, lately I've been doing it more than on occasion. Celery is not only a source of fiber and minerals, but it's also really good for balancing hormones for women. And right now I'm doing a lot of hormone rebalancing as I'm in my perimenopausal years. And I also am doing a slice of green apple. The green apple, it does give it a little bit of a nice sweet taste, but I don't do this green drink for taste. I'm really doing this again for hormone balancing, and green apples are different than other apples. So they're more tart, they're lower in sugar, they're still, a complex carb, but they're also just great for hormone balancing. So I'm gonna add that to the mix. And then my favorite are my dark green cruciferous vegetables. So I've just got a kale leaf here, and I've got a few beautiful dandelion leaves. And I love seeing that purple stem. Usually the things that are dark purples, dark greens, they're usually really high in antioxidants, and they're a wonderful source of prebiotic fibers. So I've got all of that added there. And then I'm gonna do some ginger. So ginger is a great polyphenol. It also has a lot of antioxidant properties. So I like to do a little bit of this, and I just take I just take the skin off. And then I just add that to the mix. I'm not perfect about taking the outer layer off, but you know, it's pretty close. Toss that in. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna add is the water. And I like to use the NutriBullet. That's what I've got, but if you have a Vitamix or a blender, that can work just as well. I'm just gonna fill this up here. There's a line somewhere. Oh, perfect. And then I'm gonna blend this into a green drink. So let's go. This is gonna be loud. Here we go. Right, sometimes I give it a little shake. Sometimes the powder gets stuck on the bottom here. Give it a little shake, and then I usually have to put it in a little more because I like it a really nice, smooth, frothy consistency. All right, that should do it. So for those of you who might not have a NutriBullet, I would recommend them. I think they're pretty handy. They have 2 different sizes of these, so if you're making for a partner, it's a perfect way to go. You may have noticed I've only talked about 2 of the P's so far, so the prebiotics and the polyphenols. So we've got those in here. So what are we gonna do for probiotics? So probiotics are the 3rd P that I make sure I break my fast with every single day. So the probiotics you're going to be your sauerkrauts, your miso, your kimchi, kombucha, but not the kombucha you'd buy in a store. It would be the kind of kombucha you make at home, and it doesn't really taste that good. If it tastes good, it has added sugars or it's got too much sugar. There's something else going on in their blend. Other good sources, you could take a liquid probiotic formula, or they can come in a pill. Those are absolutely fine. But I really prefer to get my probiotics from raw, natural food as much as possible. And kefir is another really great source of probiotics. So I have about a quarter to a half cup of this in the morning, and then I follow it with my green drink. And then just to boot, I usually chew on 4 cloves. Those are also a source of high-value polyphenols, which are the great microbes that make a really nurturing environment in your gut lining for your probiotics and prebiotics to thrive. All right, everybody, I hope this was fun, gave you some ideas, and I will talk to you later.